Hey everyone, Christina Whiteley here, Realtor with Fabulous Homes Colorado, powered by Keller Williams Freedom. And this is Fabulous Neighbors of Colorado, where we feature local businesses and entrepreneurs. And today I'm so lucky I get to sit with Samantha Sargent again. She's the founder of Connecting Communities. Thank you for coming out, Samantha.
Thank you again.
So what is Connecting Communities?
Connecting Communities is an event coordination.
Okay.
So I do vendor events, pop-up shops. So basically I get to help anyone that wants to promote their business or product through, I typically do smaller vendor groups.
Okay.
But I work with other promoters and coordinators to help in all kinds of different ways. So typically I'll end up working with newbies, people that have never done a vendor event. They're like, what should my booth look like? What do I do here? So it's just something that I've done for a long time through my Taekwondo career, and as an essential oils educator, I do boothings myself. So I just kind of have done it, and so I want to help other people better and build their businesses.
I think that's great. It's so important that we all support each other. And
Totally.
there's enough business for everybody, we
There
always
is.
say. So, why did you start Connecting Communities?
Well, I saw some things in the event portion in Colorado Springs, which actually the last 2 years is when I started.
Okay.
And that's when a lot of not good things were happening in the event business.
Sure.
Some fraud, some
I heard about that.
scandals, and I didn't really know what was happening at the time, but I saw those holes and I thought, I think I can do this. And I have a couple of friends that own retail spaces, and they said, we'd love to have more activity in our space. If you want to bring an event here, then we can work together. And that's the abundance factor that really my team that does the boothings and the people that I work with in Connecting Communities and the other event coordinators and promoters, we all know that there's enough for everyone.
Right.
And sometimes we don't have enough vendors and we need more. And sometimes we need help outsourcing some of the promotions or presentations and things like that. So we share that piece and we do trade work, and it just benefits everyone. So I saw some holes, basically, that to answer your question, and I thought that I could fill them, and I started to do that, and everybody liked it. So I just kept going, and then meeting more and more people that were doing the right thing. So as a leader in Colorado Springs, finding other leaders that want to help uplift other people, it was pretty easy to do because I was looking in the right places. But I've come across a lot of people that they struggle, and I want to help pull them out of that so they don't have to deal with that, because it doesn't have to be that way.
Sure. No, that's great. It's so important to get into the right event. So what would set your events apart from the others?
I do enjoy, and I have not had to charge for attendance. So
Wow.
our fees are free to come in.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So people just want to be a part of a community. And I do a lot of networking, so I'm able to kind of know who does what. And so when people come to an event, I can say, hey, have you met this person, or have you met this person? I really want to introduce you to this person. And that kind of catches on. So a lot of people do that naturally. But if you're a newbie with a business, or if you haven't been to any networking, or if you've never done a vendor event or an expo, then you really just need someone to hold your hand for a little while, and then you find your niche and you take off. So
I think that's great that you do it for free, because it's very hard to just be starting a business and you've thrown all your money in, and now I don't have money to do events. So what an amazing thing that you're offering. I didn't realize that when we met the other day.
No, and I probably worded it a little bit wrong too, because to come into the event is free.
Okay.
To be a boother, I do have a fee, but my fees are a lot smaller.
Okay.
So I do enjoy spaces that are smaller, so about 15 to 40.
Okay.
Anything more than that, with one person, my husband helps me, my kids help me, but to do these large expos, that's a minimum of a 5-person job. So I stick to the smaller ones, 15 to 40, and that's actually typically my price range as well, $25 to $40.
That's crazy. That's incredible.
Yeah, and I try to help people promote themselves online. This is your store for the day. Come invite your current customers and get new customers too. So they should be able to make their booth space. I do warn people, because I've worked with people before, and I don't have my cell phone close enough for a visual, but they'll be sitting back playing on their phone during a vendor event. And there's lots of people around looking at you, and that's what we have to remember, is that people are watching all the time. We have to be sure that we're ready to service them,
Yeah.
we're ready to engage them,
Be approachable.
right, and use our sixth sense to know, you know, do they want this information, you know, just
Eye
There's so many
contact,
ways.
smiles.
Yeah,
Right.
stand up.
Can't
Yeah.
do that when you're
not
behind
being
your phone.
distracted, yeah.
No.
So I do encourage people to have 2 people at their booth, and if one person needs to go do something on their phone, they step away
Mhm.
and then they come back. So take your cigarette break and just use your phone. Be healthy.
Yeah, sure. So how do you sign up to be in one of your events?
I do have a website, so connectingcommunity719.com. All the
Okay.
events are there, and they send you to the links. So we typically use Jotform, and we have things on Facebook, Eventbrite, Instagram, so multi-platformed.
Okay.
The website's probably the easiest way to get all the info, because I usually plan about a year in advance.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of events on there. And again, I work with other promoters, so I'll put their events on my website.
That's wonderful.
And so you can really see, and I try not to overbook. I try not to overlap, so I did bring one visual here. So this is the whole year in Colorado Springs. So I've got, well, you can see all the way to December, there's stuff in there. So there's Christmas events, Halloween events, things at the mall, things for martial arts schools. The Abundance Fair is my quarterly networking event where
Okay.
you can booth. And then the What If Festival, the Warrior Dash. So large events that people are familiar with.
Mhm.
I am outsourced by other people too. So I work with a lot of healthcare practitioners, chiropractors, a lot of nonprofits that want to do ribbon cutting ceremonies and launch their business.
Mhm.
So to do a celebration for that,
I think that's fun.
it's amazing. And I have flat fees for that, so they just let me know what kind of business they are, what they're looking to do, and then I let them know what pieces that I can fill in. So that during their event,
Mhm.
they're not at the check-in table, you know, magneted to the table.
Yeah.
If it's their event, they should be out with the people and, you know, mingling and being a part of the event, not working.
Sure.
So I do get outsourced a lot, and those are some of my favorite ones, are the grand opening events. And those are typically during the weekday, but on the weekends, when someone outsources me and says, hey, I have this space, I want to do this event, I'll look at the calendar and say, did you know it's also the same weekend as this, this, and this? And they're like, okay, let's pick another day. So yeah, June is very full in
Looks
Colorado
like
Springs.
it. Wow.
There's a lot going on, but and then certain ones that are repetitive. So I try to know what's going on all around in Colorado Springs. So
Yeah.
that everyone can be informed.
That's great. And then you had kind of said you wanted to add a little something onto this video.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at all of my events, so right now I have 4 of my own this year, and one is already passed. So at my events, you'll always find essential oils education. So as an essential oils educator with doTERRA, we do our own boothings for that. So when you come to one of my events, if you're interested in that, then that's a part of that, but also anybody else. So a lot of people don't have the abundance mindset, so they don't understand why, as a doTERRA wellness advocate, I'll allow different companies like Arbonne and Sensi and Juice Plus to be a part of that, because
Sure.
they say, aren't those competing products? And they go beautifully with one another, and I use all of those products too. So we're not prejudiced against them. Everyone has to choose what's right for them.
Right.
So just getting educated, and I do help people with their interview skills too. So if someone meets someone that has a product they think is good for them, or if they're wanting to be a part of an event, but they need to ask, how are you promoting this event?
Yeah.
How's the flow of traffic? How many years have you done this? What's your past numbers? So making sure that you're empowered with the information so that you're best prepared for the event or to learn about a new product without feeling like you're going to be duped into something that you weren't ready for.
Yeah, there's some bad ones out there. So you got to do your homework, and I
Yes.
love what you said, that everybody's welcome. We're all in this together. There's no competition, and let's all work together. So
We have
I
to
think it's
make our own
great.
decisions, yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much
thank
for
you.
coming out again. And we'll definitely have her information in the description below so that you can be a part of her connecting communities. Or if you want to order doTERRA, we'll throw that one on there too.
Exactly.
And if you'd like to be featured, just make a comment below and I'll get in touch with you as well. And remember who to call for all of your fabulous real estate and vendor event needs. Make it a fabulous day.